Hello, my dear students. Good morning. Nice to have you on my channel on Conversation 1 course. We have Chapter 11, Part 1. But before we begin, I'd like to give you two pieces of advice. The first piece is related to your health. My advice to you is to stay at home and not to mix with other people. Don't mix with other people so that you can stay healthy, happy, and comfortable. When you go outside your home, don't touch other people, don't shake hands, don't draw near other people. This step will keep you healthy and, of course, strong, and you will have the ability to do many things in your life. My second piece of advice is concerned with your study. You have to look after your study. Try to study right from the beginning. Don't waste time. Time is precious. Don't waste time and study right from the beginning. Study your lessons carefully. If you have any questions, you can tell me. You can send me your questions, and I'll be very glad to help you. So, do your homework in time. Send your files in time, and write your full name. Write your first name and last name in capital letters on the top of each file. This will help me grade you very quickly and easily. Now we have the first dialogue. The first dialogue is entitled with "Would you like me to get that man's car?" Would you like me to get that man's car? That would be great. Are you sure you don't mind? No, not at all. I'd be happy to. I really appreciate it. I should have gotten it a while ago. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Thanks. So we have here suggestions, and we have here the answer or the reply, how to respond to a suggestion. That would be great. And if you don't mind, not at all, you don't have objections. After this dialogue, we have 5 exercises. The exercise contains 5 exercises here. We are here, take the mail over to the post office. If you don't mind, I don't know, not all, and I appreciate that, and so on. The second exercise, we have sweep up the sawdust around your bench to clean the sawdust, the dust of the saw in a carpentry. Number 3, write out next week's work schedule or schedule. We have two ways, either schedule or schedule. The American pronunciation is schedule, the British is schedule. Oh no, not at all, I don't mind, and so on. Number 4, do a print out of last month's sales figures. Yes, can I, and so on, and of course you offer help, you offer service, and the other one will thank you. Finally, we have exercise number 5, give menu to the people at table 6 in a restaurant. And can you? Of course I can. If you don't mind, not at all, and thank you, I appreciate that. Now we move to the next dialogue. Do you want any help? Here is an offer to help, offer of help. You look busy. What are you doing? I'm, I'm straightening up the shelves. Do you want any help? No, that's okay. I can straighten them up by myself. Are you sure? I'm free right now, and I'd be glad to give you a hand. Well, I guess I could use some help. Thanks for offering. The same topic we have offering help. Do you want any help? And so on. Now we have 5 exercises as usual. We have here number 1, sort the mail. Number 2, add up today's receipts. Number 3, we have collate the copies or these copies. Number 4, reorganize the cabinets. Number 5, clean the popcorn machine. So I think these are quite easy tasks. You can do themselves by yourselves quite easily. And if you need any help, you can ask me. Now we move to the next dialogue. Could I ask you to make 3 copies for me? The same topic, the same service we have. Could I ask you to do something? Yes. Ask for help. Ask for doing help. Could I ask you to make 3 copies for me? 3 copies. 3 copies. Okay. Thanks. You're welcome. So you repeat the order to make sure that you have heard it correctly. That's the next order we have here, or dialogue. Would you mind? Would you mind? يعني would you object? هل تمانع? Getting me some more clean glasses. More clean glasses? No, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't object. Thanks. You're welcome. So you respond to thank you or thanks, the word, phrase, you're welcome. My pleasure. We have here a sort of explanation, indirect, polite, and so on. Direct and polite. Could I ask you to do something? Could you possibly do me a favor? Would you be willing to do something? Do you think you would be able to do something? These phrases or expressions asking for help in a polite way. Very polite here, less direct, but very polite. I was wondering if you could possibly do me a favor. I was wondering if you'd be willing to help me, to give me a hand to do something for me. Direct but polite. Would you mind with the gerund? Would you mind doing, cleaning, bringing, anything you have the verb with ing? And the answer is no, I wouldn't mind. Would you mind if I asked you to? So would you mind? I use the past because it is very polite. Would you mind if I ask you to do something? Or here, you're welcome. My pleasure. I don't mention it. I'd be glad to do it. These are answers, replies to thank you or thanks or thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now we have 5 exercises. Could you possibly, we add the word possibly to be more polite, to be very polite. We have here, hand me a wrench. We are here in a mechanic's workshop. Yes, the mechanic asked his boy to hand him a wrench. Number 2, would you mind if I ask you to help me unload the truck? We have a truck full of boxes, and you can, of course, ask someone in a polite way. Would you mind if I ask you to unload the truck? Number 3, I was wondering, this is also very polite. I was wondering if you could possibly work the day shift for me tomorrow. I was wondering. Number 4, would you be willing to? Would you be willing to show me how to send a telex? So these are ways to ask for help in a polite way. We have here a number of exercises. The first one is an office. It is in an office. We have the manager asks his employee to do him a service. He asks him in a very polite way. In a very polite way. I was wondering if you would be willing to, be able to or willing to, and the order here is between, I mean, in the picture. Give me a lift to the subway station. Yes, he wants him to take him in his car to the subway station. Number 6, would you mind if I ask you, here it is also very polite, if I ask you in the past, we use the past, if I ask you to save face, would you mind if I ask you to watch my counter for about 5 minutes? And the answer would be, no, I don't want. I don't mind. I'd be happy to help you. And of course, the other one will say, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll say you're welcome, my pleasure, and so on. Exercise number 7, we have, could you please give me a hand serving this order to the group in the corner? So 2 people are workers in a restaurant, and the lady or the man ask him to do him his service instead of him. Could you please, or could you possibly do something for me? Give me a hand, help me serving this order. And the answer would be, no, I don't mind. Of course I could, and I'd be happy to help you. And the other one say, I'll appreciate that, appreciate your help, thank you. And the other one say, my pleasure, anytime. Now let's move to exercise number 8. Would you mind? Would mind keep would you mind keep an eye on that man over there? So we have here the police is asked to keep an eye on that man over there. The man is suspicious of the other one, and he asked the police to watch him because he seems to be dangerous. He's asking the policeman, and the policeman will say, all right, I don't mind. I'd be happy to help you. I'll watch that man. And the man will say to him, thank you, I appreciate that. And say, not at all. It's my pleasure. Finally, we have exercise number 9. Do you think you would be able to? Do you think you would be able to pick up the tempo a little bit? So the other one will say, I don't mind. Yes, I will be able to. I'll help you. I appreciate that. And finally, I'll say, yes, it's my pleasure. So these are different kinds of asking for help, for service, request a service or a help from someone else. And these are polite ways. Would you be willing? Would you be able to? Could you please? Would you mind? Would you mind if I ask you? And so on. Yes, these exercises train us, teach us how to give requests in a polite way. That means polite request. All right, I think we have come to the end of this lesson. And in case you have any questions, please tell me. Let me know. I'd be happy to help you. If you have any difficulties, I think you should read the dialogue and exercise more than once. You can read it twice and so on. If you have any questions, tell me. If you have any difficult words, look them up in a good English dictionary. You can of course, increase your vocabulary and improve your level in English and be very good students. You can be excellent students. All right. Thank you for joining me today, and goodbye. See you next lecture. That's it for today.